Hello everyone, my name is James, also known as Redstone Wizard, here on YouTube, and today I'm going to be giving you a tour of me and my friend Joseph's city that we've created on our realm called New Net City. This is a one-year progress update of this city. Everything you're about to see has been created 100% in survival, and I'm just going to give you a tour so that we can mark our progress for the future. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your fly-through of New Net City. So to start off our tour, I have our storage room right here. Now this storage room is not really designed to house too many things, but it's got all of our resources that we traditionally use while we're building. Usually we'll bring over shulker boxes from our main base over at Scarif. That's our main storage room. I've got a video of that on my channel from a couple of months ago, of a brief tour of that. So this storage room pretty much this is all bulk storage all through here, so you can put in shulker boxes of items here and they'll get dispensed out here where you can easily access them. Over here we have more niche item storage, so this would be for smooth stone, for example, or this is for when we do deep slate mining for withers. Empty shulker boxes here, you know, just generalized items there. Here we have our essential storage, so we've got food. We use cooked cod because we have a massive guardian farm that produces way more food than we could ever need. Fireworks here, and then extra max tools here for when we're digging. Most of those are currently over by the bay, which is where we were doing most of our digging previously. So that's our basic area that we have here to keep everything stored. It has a door out here that leads you out to the boardwalk. And you can close the door by pressing these buttons. It's just a traditional 3x3 piston door. Pretty fast, pretty nice. And that keeps everything separated if we want to have a nice screenshot of everything and we don't want you to be able to see into here. Starting a little further out, this is a general overview of most of the buildings that we've done. Over here, there's a couple more buildings. This is going to be our bay, which is like our more opulent and nicer, higher-end area of the city. So right there, I'm still working on it, but this is my tower called Red Tech Tower in honor of a company that I founded here on the realm several years ago. Here's Local Moron Tower. That's Joseph's main building, and then I'm not going to say his last name because that's what one of the B stands for, but this is our like defense contractor building. That's not done yet. I believe Local Moron Tower is done. Joseph's not on right now, so I can't ask him that, but Red Tech Tower, I just need to finish my office. These outlines here are going to be new buildings. I think we're going to do a little park right here, but to kind of round out the bay. And then across from Local Moron Tower, we're going to bring back something from several years ago on the realm called Hostel Vista Casino and Resort. Over this way, we've got more generalized buildings. UCI, United Creeper Insurance, is the big skyscraper that you can see off in the background. The Birch Bank makes its return with the vault down in the basement. Sonny's Auto Repair. A lot of the buildings here are going to be references to previous worlds that we've had. Pyrotechnic Incorporated was another friend of ours' company. Got an Italian restaurant. This was the first building we finished, actually, this little Italian restaurant right here. And a couple other just random buildings with little subtle references and hints. All buildings that you see do have full interiors, which makes them take a long time, but they really are worth it in the end. And by full interiors, I mean, like this one, you can see into the building, but like on just these 1x2 windows, we've just blocked them off, but still at the bottom, there is a little interior down here. Most of the buildings that you see also do have a function. So for example, this white building right here, located on one of our main streets, has a wool farm in it, and it also houses most of our dyes. So on the left here, we have a lot of dye storage for different buildings. Over here, that's more dyes, sorry. Over here we have more wool. This wool farm is back here. This is it's a very small wool farm. It's not designed to do a lot. We have a much bigger one out by our industrial district. There you see it just triggered. A little Easter egg there from when I got pissed at having to corral all the sheeps in. There are multiple Easter eggs across the city, but over here on the other hand, in the building next to it, because these are all connected, this red building, we have the storage for our sugarcane and bamboo farm. Now the sugarcane and bamboo farm is quite large. It's actually located in a separate building, that being this one. I don't know if you just saw it, but the items go all the way up and then drop down into the dumpster where they're ferried over to this red building. In here is the sugarcane and bamboo farm. It fills up the entire building pretty much because we need a lot of rockets, and the bamboo is just here for, I mean, anything that you could use bamboo for. So, moving on. Over here, we have, this is just a random, like a apartment building. Again, full interiors out back here. Not the most advanced interiors, but they're here. They really add a lot of life to the city when you know that each building has its own special thing. A lot of alleyways, a lot of little details, garbage bags, dumpsters, the like. Moving down over here, we have another apartment building. This is one of the ones that I said has a full interior, so each one of these floors, it's the same going all the way up, but at least there is an interior, so it looks nicer. Here we have Never 21, Girl You Ugly. It's a parody of a certain clothing brand that you all probably know, with different clothes in here, and then a reference to something right there. Moving down the line, we have the Birch Bank. Now, this is a reference to the original Birch Bank that I created on one of our previous worlds. If you enter through the employee entrance back here, you have an elevator that takes you down to the vault. I'm, of course, not going to show you that because, you know, hush-hush secret. We can have our fun still. Outside of here, Joseph's been giving me a lot of crap for this, but I have an office in the top as the Birch Bank was originally my company. There's no access point to the office other than just breaking through the window. But in here, you've just got general office things, you know, secretary room down here. The way to access my private office up here is through that staircase. Got general things, hot tub over there, because why not? Joseph had a hot tub, so I wanted a hot tub. And like I said, the entrance and exit is merely breaking down the window. Over here we have UCI, United Creeper Insurance, which is our insurance company that Joseph created. Here we have Joseph's office, obviously much nicer than mine. He's a much better builder than I am. I'll never claim to be better than him at anything related to building. With a helipad on the top, and you can see his helicopter off in the distance there. Down here we have the Italian restaurant. Now this was our, like I said previously, our first building that we actually finished. Which is why it has a substantial amount more detail on the inside of it than any of the other buildings. This is another one of our functional buildings. We needed a lot of green dye. I can't remember why in all honesty, but it has a big cactus farm that's produced more than enough of anything that we could want. There used to be a pillager outpost here, so if you hear any pillagers in the background, I apologize. So here we have our pesto dispenser. That's, of course, the green dye. If you flick the lever, it'll come out of the roof. Out back here, we have the alleyway. This is on the edge of the city, so we're going to add more buildings over this way, but we haven't gotten to that yet. Down here, we have a little loading dock for a certain illicit bee smuggling empire that's going on in this building. We have a mailroom over here for this building, and if you go out here, this is the front entrance of that building. This building being this one. We don't really have a name for it. We just call it the bee building, because if you go upstairs over here, we have a massive bee farm. Now, they're all back in their hives currently because it's night outside, but more honeycomb than we could ever need. The honey bottles and honey blocks are mostly back at Scarif, but there's still a shulker box here. I never filled in that side of bees because, well, I never needed to because we have more than enough honeycomb that we could ever want. Up here we have a little breeding area for the bees. Down here we have to fill up glass bottles, shears, and shears again. So that is the bee building. Going back to the Italian restaurant, however, we have several Easter eggs in here. One of them being behind this painting, opening to scenes from an Italian restaurant, the song by Billy Joel. This is the Italian restaurant's interior. Back here, I don't know if you saw it earlier, but that's our kitchen. Upstairs, we have Tony Spavoni's, his office. He's the mob boss for our illicit bee smuggling operations. And a little pool table. This lever plays music. If you flick it, we have a resource pack that allows us to make custom music that we would like. That's another thing. You will often see little invisible item frames, or in this case, like the spyglass here representing like a bottle of wine. We use Vanilla Tweaks data packs to augment our world and just make it a little easier to do a couple of things, but most of them are just decorative only. Here we have the lobby for Pyrotechnics headquarters. There's not much there. The building looks very nice, though. It was a pain to do all the windows. Over here we have an old rundown parking lot with, I believe, extremely exorbitant prices somewhere. Yeah, just like Chicago, which is where we both live. Over here we have our music disc store. There's a lever behind the desk to open up the jukebox. That's another tweak we have, is that you can hopper jukeboxes. We had that before they actually added it into the game. And this displays what music disc is currently being played. All of the different paintings are supposed to represent different album covers from different things, as a record store would traditionally have. This is the bottom of the sugarcane and bamboo building. We've got just an open lobby here because the farm takes up pretty much all the space in this building. Sonny's Auto Repair, another reference to an older world that we have. This is one of my personal favorite buildings. I just think that Joseph did a really nice job designing it. Over here we have the garage. Currently there's no cars here, but you can go out to the front, and here is the lobby that we have. Up here, Joseph has yet another office. I believe it's, yeah, all the way at the top. He's got pools and all this other fun stuff, cars, you know, desk, and then up here is his private bedroom. If we fly down here, though, we have, wrong floor, I always mess it up for some reason. We have our map room. So this has not been updated in a day or two, but it's pretty much conclusive because there's the local Moron Tower finished. Red Tech Tower is a little bit old. But here is an overview of the city, so you can see that we are currently right there. Those dots are just there from that's where we had the previous map. There is what we call El Parque. This is a general just park that we have with a couple Easter eggs hidden through there. That's the sugarcane and bamboo building. That's the red building. And then over here, we have a couple more buildings. So, I mean, it's a city. What would you expect? So right here we have just a general white building. I believe he took inspiration from this from a random building he saw in maybe Texas when he was visiting there. Just a general office down in the bottom, but again, every little bit of interior helps make a difference because it really brings the city alive. Out here, this is both of our least favorite buildings, but it fills the space nicely. It's just an old brick building. I don't even think there's an interior for this one yet, so we just had a lobby down here. Moving swiftly down, this is what we call the Sniffer Hotel. Shulker box floors. I gave him a lot of crap for that, but then I built a shulker box farm, so it doesn't matter. Sniffer Hotel named that because this is where we had our sniffers in the footprint of this building when that update first released. Upstairs, there's just a little room on either side just to try and fill out the space, but this is one of my personal favorite interiors. It's just really vibrant and really brings the whole building together. Outside of that, I really don't think there is much else in the city. This is a one-year progress update, and as I said, everything has been made 100% in survival, which is why there's probably not as many buildings as we would like. Currently, we're designing the town hall to fit right over in this corner here. But other than that, I believe those are all the buildings we've seen. So, that being said, I'm going to treat you to some cinematic shots. I hope you've enjoyed this video and this brief walkthrough of the city, and I'll probably make another progress update at some point next year. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.